Today we are going to do 2023 Neet exam questions. The exam PDF is given in the description. The first one. The temperature of a gas is minus 50 degrees Celsius. To what temperature the gas should be heated so that the RMS speed is increased to 4 times? The equation of RMS is equal to root of 3 RT over M. R is a universal gas constant and M is a molar mass. For a gas, molar mass is constant. For all the gases, R is constant, 3 is also constant, therefore C is directly proportional to root of temperature. Here you must be careful, the temperature is Kelvin temperature. The unit of absolute temperature is Kelvin. Therefore you have to convert minus 50 degrees Celsius to Kelvin by adding 223, it will be 223 Kelvin. Therefore the first one, C initially proportional to root of 223. Now RMS is 4 times, therefore 4C is proportional to T. Let it be the first equation, this is second equation. You can divide 2 upon 1. The answer will be 4C over C is equal to root can be taken common, 2 over T over 223. Then C and C will be cut off. You can remove square root by squaring both sides. Therefore 16 is equal to T over 223. If you cross multiply, T is equal to 16 into 223. The answer will be 3568 Kelvin. The fourth answer, but it is in Kelvin. But the answers are given in Celsius, therefore you have to subtract 273 again, then the answer is 3295 degrees Celsius. That was a long method. You can do it by proportional method. Method 2. C is equal to 3 RT over M. 3 is a constant, R is a constant. For a gas, molar mass is constant. Therefore, C is directly proportional to root of temperature. Therefore, if you want to make C 4 times, inside the root, it should be increased by 16 times. Therefore, you can directly multiply 223 Kelvin into 16, it will be 3568 Kelvin. If you subtract 273, answer will be 3295 degrees Celsius. This is little faster than the previous method. Numerically, another method can be done. Method 3. Minus 50 degrees Celsius plus 273, it will be 223 Kelvin. Right. Therefore, it is ending at 3. If you are multiplying by 16, it should be end at 8. But the answer is in Kelvin. If you want to make it Celsius, you have to subtract 273 again. 8 minus 3, answer should be end up at 5. There is only one answer, the last digit with 5. Therefore, question number 1, answer number 3. Question number 2, they are asking the principle of venturimeter. In this setup, when the area is getting reduced, the speed will be increasing. At that place, the pressure will be low. Due to the low pressure, the height of liquid column will be less. Here, due to high pressure, the height of liquid column will be more. There is a drop of height. This phenomenon is explained with the help of principle of Bernoulli. Right? When the area is getting decreased, speed will be high due to continuity equation. If the speed is high, the pressure will be low with the help of Bernoulli's principle. We can explain this. Therefore, question number 2, answer number 4. Let's check the other answers also. The principle of parallel axis. If the moment of inertia of a particle or a lamina through the axis passing through the center is I naught, then the moment of inertia of the same lamina from another axis will be given by I is equal to I naught plus mr square. And from the another parallel axis, the moment of inertia of a lamina will be given by I naught plus mr square. I naught is the moment of inertia through its own axis, and m is the mass, r is the distance of the center of mass from the new axis. This is the principle of parallel axis. Similarly, the principle of perpendicular axis. This is Ix, another perpendicular axis IY. then I set, which is perpendicular to both of them, will be given by Ix plus Iy. Moment of inertia of about the axis passing perpendicularly through the center will be given by sum of moment of inertia about the perpendicular axis. For example, in a circle, the moment of inertia passing through a circular disc, moment of inertia passing through the diagonal is mr squared by 4. This is Iy. The horizontal Ix also mr squared by 4. Then the moment of inertia of the circular disc passing perpendicularly through the center will be given as sum of these two, that is mr squared by 2. Therefore, that is not related here. Similarly, Huygens principle is used in waves and optics. Therefore, the correct answer for the Venturi-meter principle. Question number 3. A vehicle travels half the distance with speed v and the remaining distance with speed 2v. Its average speed is. Okay. Method 1. The equation of the average speed is equal to total distance over total time. Total distance is s. Total time t1 plus t2. t1, velocity is equal to distance over time. Therefore, time is equal to distance over velocity. Therefore, s over s by 2v1. Here, s by 2v2. Then if you cut it off, that LCM will become up with 2v1 v2 over v1 plus v2 is a common equation for the average speed. Here you can substitute the values and get the answer for this question. Average speed is equal to 2 times. The first speed is v, the second speed is 2v. Then sum is 3v, answer is 4v by 3. Question number 3, answer number 4. Right. This is a proper method. Method 2, without derivation, you can directly substitute. V bar is equal to total distance s, total time s over 2v plus s over 4v. Then you can solve and get the answer 4v by 3. Method 3, the average speed between v and 2v should be in between v and 2v. There is only one answer, that is greater than v and less than 2v is fourth one. The average of v and 2v should be located in between v and 2v. Therefore, the correct answer is fourth one. And actually, this 2 v1 v2 over v1 plus v2 is a harmonic mean. That means the reciprocal of arithmetic means of reciprocals. The harmonic mean is the reciprocal of arithmetic mean of reciprocals. For example, if there are 3 equal distances, the equation will be 3 over 1 over v1 plus 1 over v2 plus 1 over v3. This is the reciprocal of arithmetic mean of reciprocals. Then the equation will be, if you take an LCM, 3 v1 v2 v3 over v1 v2 plus v2 v3 plus v1 v3. This is an average speed for the similar type of question with 3 equal distances. They ask the question for equal time, then it will be arithmetic mean, that is v1 plus v2 by 2. It is better to know that arithmetic means is always greater than or equal to harmonic mean. Therefore, if there is another answer that is greater than v and less than 2v, you can eliminate the answers. It should be the harmonic mean should be less than, the arithmetic mean for this question is 3v by 2. Therefore, you can ensure that v bar should be greater than v. At the same time, it should be less than 3v by 2. With this concept also, you can eliminate the answers. Right? Therefore, if the times are equal, the summary is if the times are equal, that will be calculated by the arithmetic mean. If the distances are equal, that will be calculated by the harmonic mean. Always the harmonic mean is less than or equal to arithmetic mean. Therefore, from that concept also, you can eliminate the answers. Therefore, question number 3, answer is fourth one. Question number 4. The ratio of moment of inertia of the solid sphere of mass m and radius r is about its own axis to the moment of inertia of a thin hollow sphere of same mass and radius about its axis. The first one, solid sphere. The second one, thin hollow sphere, but the bases are same and the radiuses are same. Therefore, moment of inertia of a solid sphere about the own axis is equal to 2 by 5 mr square, and the hollow sphere is equal to 2 by 3 mr square. The ratio is is over ih. Therefore, if you are dividing 1 by 2, 2 by 5 mr squared over 2 by 3 mr squared. Mr squared and mr squared will be cut off. 2 and 2 will be cut off. The answer is 3 over 5. You should be careful with 3 is to 5 and 5 is to 3. The first one is the smaller one. The moment of inertia of a hollow sphere is larger than the solid sphere with equal mass and radius. Therefore, the ratio should be less than 1. Therefore, answer is second one. And okay, the mr square is same for both. Numerator is same for both. Therefore, the opposite ratio of denominators give the answers. Therefore, question number 4, answer number 2. Question number 5. A wire is suspended from a rigid ceiling and stretched by a weight W attached to its free end. The longitudinal stress at any point of cross-sectional area I of the wire. For the equilibrium of the object, the tension is equal to the weight. For the upward equilibrium, T is equal to W. They are asking longitudinal stress. It can be tensile stress or compressive stress. By applying the tension, it will be a tensile stress. Therefore, tensile stress is equal to tensile force over cross-sectional area. Sigma is equal to tension over A. The tension is W. Cross-sectional area is given as A. Then the directly answer will be W over A, third one. Question number 6. The work functions of cesium, potassium, and sodium are given as work function of cesium is 2.14 electron volt. Electron volt is a unit of energy. The work function of potassium is equal to 2.30 electron volt. Work function of sodium is equal to 2.75 electron volt. Generally, work functions are denoted by phi or W also. Right. The energy of incident photon is given as 2.20 electron volt. The condition for the emission of photoelectron, the energy possessed by the photon should be greater than or equal to the work function of the material. Right. Therefore, if you put in a number line, 2.14 is here, 2.2, the energy of photon is 2.20, that is 2.30 for potassium, 2.75 for sodium. You can check among these, cesium has the most electropositive one, therefore it has the lowest work function. Right. Therefore, you can eliminate the answers. 1 and 2 will be eliminated because answers can be either third or fourth because the energy is in between these two. Cesium is left side, potassium and sodium is right side. Therefore, answers can be either cesium only or potassium and sodium only. Therefore, first and seconds are eliminated, only remaining a third and fourth. Right. Here we know that energy of incident photon should be greater than the work function. Therefore, 2.20 electron volt is able to emit electrons from the cesium only. It is greater than the work function of cesium, but the energy is less than the work function of sodium and potassium. The photon is unable to emit electron from potassium and sodium. Therefore, they are asking the possibility of emitting electron. Therefore, cesium only, third answer. If they ask from which of the photosynthetic services may not emit photoelectrons, then the answer will be photon. Here they are asking the possibility of emission. Therefore, only from the cesium it can able to emit, because the energy of 2.20 is greater than 2.14. Then only cesium. Others are less than. For example, the work function of cesium, work function of potassium is greater than the energy, therefore it can't emit electron. Similarly, sodium also can't electron. Question number 7. For Young's double slit interference experiment, two statements are given below. Statement 1, if screen is moved away from the plane of slits, angular separation of the fringes remains constant. Right. Question number 7. The consecutive interference fringes are roughly drawn. Here you know the degree of diffraction is proportional to the wavelength and inversely proportional to the gap between the slits. Only these two factors affect the diffraction of the interference fringes. Therefore, it is independent on the screen distance. Therefore, statement number 1 is correct. If you are further moving the screen forward or backward, it won't change the angle of diffraction. This theta will be constant. Even though you are moving it away or forward towards, the angle will be same. But if they ask the distance between the fringes on the screen, it may increase. The distance will be increasing, but the angle will be remaining unchanged. Therefore, statement 1 is correct. Statement 2, if the monochromatic source is replaced by another monochromatic source of large wavelength, you know, if your wavelength is high, diffraction will be high. Therefore, the angular separation will be increasing. They are saying decreases. That will be a wrong statement. Therefore, correct and false. Answer number 1. Question number 7. Answer number 1. Question number 8. The half-life of a radioactive substance is 20 minutes. In how much time its activity drops to 1/16 of the initial value? T-half is given as 20 minutes. The method 1 will be the easiest one. The numbers are very small, therefore you can do it by mind. Initially the activity is A0. After 20 minutes, it will be A0 by 2. Similarly, after another 20 minutes, it will be A0 by 4. After another 20 minutes, it will be A0 by 8. And finally, further 20 minutes later, it will be A0 by 60. Totally, it takes 80 minutes. You can do it by mind. This is method 1. Method 2, there is an equation that A over A0 is equal to 1 over 2 to the n. A is the present activity, A0 is the initial activity, n is the ratio between the total time over T-half. The ratio is given as 1 by 16, and that is equal to 2 to the n. Instead of 16, you can substitute 2 to the 4, that is equal to 2 to the n. If you are equating the powers, n is equal to 4. Therefore, if you cross multiply, total time is equal to 4 times T-half, that is equal to 4 into 20, 80 minutes is answer. This is the medium method. We can derive this equation also from the fundamental. The proper method, mathematically, A is equal to A0 into e to the power of minus lambda t. It's a fundamental equation. Here it is given as the present activity is 1/16 times of the original activity. The A0 and A0 will be cut off. 16 can be written as 2 to the power of 4, and 1 over 16 can be written as 2 to the power of minus 4. 1 over 2 to the power of 4 is equal to 1 over e to the power of lambda t. Therefore, you can equate the denominators. 2 to the power of 4 is equal to e to the power of lambda t. If you want to bring the powers to the front, you have to take log. Here we are taking log in the base of e. ln 2 to the power of 4 is equal to ln e to the power of lambda t. That 4 in the power we will bring to the front. 4 into ln 2 is equal to lambda t into ln e. ln e is 1, we can cut it off. Therefore, time is equal to 4 times ln 2 over lambda. ln 2 over lambda is equal to t half. Therefore, total time is equal to 4 times t half. Hence, it is derived. No need to do from the fundamental. This is for an understanding. Question number 9. A football player is moving southward and suddenly turns eastward with the same speed to avoid an opponent. The force that acts on the player while turning. Question number 9. Initially, the football player moves towards south and suddenly changes the direction towards east. North, east, south, west. With the same speed. Therefore, what they're asking the force. Force is equal to the rate of change of momentum. You can take the mass out. Therefore, the direction of change of velocity will be same as direction of force. Therefore, we can find the direction of, this is V2, this is V1. We can find the change of velocity. First method, we can draw the vector parallelogram. Therefore, if you complete the parallelogram, this is V2, this is V1. The diagonal passing through the intersection point will give the sum of the vectors. Other diagonals give the subtraction of vectors. Here we need the subtraction of vectors. Therefore, this one will give V2 minus V1. Don't confuse with the other direction. This direction will be V1 minus V2. This direction will be V2 minus V1. Don't make mistake with the direction. This one will be V1 minus V2. This direction will be V2 minus V1. How to get that one? If it is V1, this is minus V1. Therefore, from here to here, minus V1 plus V2, then there will be V2 minus V1. Therefore, direction of V2 minus V1 is northeast. Therefore, direction of force will be also in the same direction. Therefore, question number 9, first one is correct. And with the help of vector triangle also we can do this question. Initially V1 is there. This is V2. Actually what you need, V2 change of velocity means V2 minus V1. In the vectors we have to get final minus initial. Therefore V2 is here. Actually you had to add minus V1 to get V2 minus V1. V2 plus minus V1 is equal to V2 minus V1. Therefore, you can add minus V1. Then this will be the direction of V2 minus V1. If the southward velocity is V1, then the northward direction will be denoted as minus V1. Then if you add V2 and minus V1, it will be automatically V2 minus V1. Therefore, the third side of the triangle, if two vectors are denoted by adjacent side of a vector triangle, the third side of the triangle will give the addition of these two vectors. V2 plus minus V1 is equal to V2 minus V1. Then the direction of the third side is northeast. The force will be also in the same direction. Question number 9, answer number 1. And no need to do like this mathematically. You can do it by mind. Initially the velocity is in this direction. Finally you have to send, you can think like a ball. The ball is coming in this direction. First you have to stop it. To stop that velocity, you have to give a force opposite to it. And in additionally, you have to give another velocity in eastward direction. To create a velocity, you have to give a force in the direction. Both are equal. Therefore, in between these two, the force will be given. The resultant force will be given. In between them, the direction is northeast. And the magnitude also can be calculated. If it is V and if it is V, this will be root 2V. But here the magnitude is not asked. Therefore, you can do by mind note. If you want to stop the velocity, you have to give the force in the opposite direction. If you want to create a velocity eastward, you have to give a force in the same direction. As a resultant of these two, you have to give the force in the direction of northeast. Then the answer for the question number 9 is first one. Question number 10. The minimum wavelength of X-rays produced by an electron accelerated through the potential difference of V volt is proportional to. An electron is accelerated through the voltage of V. Therefore, energy gain by the electron is equal to EV. Here they are asking the minimum wavelength. That implies they are assuming the 100% of the energy gained by the electron is converted into X-ray. Therefore, EV is equal to HF, or otherwise we can write HC over lambda. H is the Planck constant, C is the velocity of light in vacuum 3 × 10⁸, lambda is the wavelength. If you subtract lambda, lambda is equal to HC over EV. What are the constant here? H is a constant, C is a constant. Charge of an electron is constant. Therefore, lambda is inversely proportional to the voltage. Then the answer is 4. Okay, why we put 100% of the energy is converted into the X-ray? Because they are asking lambda minimum. Therefore, the maximum energy, we are assuming the 100% of the energy gained by the electron is converted into X-ray photon. And practically the wavelength will be greater than this value. And you may be confusing with de Broglie wavelength. If you are calculating with this equation lambda is equal to root of 2m over VQ, then the answer will be lambda is inversely proportional to root of V. That's the wrong one. Here they are not asking the de Broglie wavelength. Here they are asking the wavelength of the photon X-ray. For the photons, we have to calculate the equation HF, not from the de Broglie wavelength. Therefore, question number 10, answer number 4.